Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video and welcome to the intro clip to the vlog where I'm editing Gods of Rot and Ruin, the first round. So today it's the 11th of May and the first clip that you will see after this is from the 6th of May, and I have already begun editing, and on the 6th of May I have edited one chapter and I have gotten some feedback from the publisher. Anyway, I hope that you will enjoy this video like I said, and let's go back to May 6th and actually begin this writing vlog. Hello, it's the 6th of May and this is the first little clip that I'm doing for the Gods of Rot and Ruin. I have talked for like 20 minutes already. Gods of Rot and Ruin editing, the first round. And I'm feeling really great. Today I finished with the first chapter and I did some changes and I wrote some more comments and wanted to hear back from my publisher and what she thought of it. So I sent her the first chapter to look over and like just check if I'm on the right track. I'm not gonna do this with every chapter. I just wanted to do it for the first one, and then now, since I have gotten like the approval of keep going, you're doing great sweetie, since I've gotten that approval, I am going to keep editing. So the first chapter is done. And I know this because it was in the edit letter. The big comments are in the beginning of the manuscript, but then there are like smaller comments of commas and sentence structure later on in the manuscript. I know that the hardest part will be the first half for me, but since I've gotten like some kind of reassurance, I guess, from the publisher, I feel like I can do this. So, just wanted to check on that, and hopefully you have gotten a better introduction to this video, this writing vlog of editing the first round. I'm excited, and that's the main thing. Hello everyone, it's the 7th of May. Need to fact check, it's not the 7th of May. It's the 10th of May. And I'm sorry that I haven't updated you about the editing process of Gods of Rot and Ruin, the first round. I have finished the edits of the third chapter today, and it was a very long chapter and it was quite a lot of comments, and I'm just holding on for those chapters where there's not that many comments to go through. Hopefully they will come soon, and hopefully there will be certain chapters that there's like nothing that I need to do for this round at least. So now I am sitting down here to do the edits on the fourth chapter because of a thing that I did. I sent the document in a PDF file to the editor. That was my mistake because we are working, me and the publisher, and this whole thing, we're working in Word, Microsoft Word, a Word document, and me sending it in a PDF document to her meant that I would get the comments in a PDF document, and I don't know how to transfer it from a PDF document to a Word document. I googled, as you do, and I searched up some things on YouTube, and they said that you could just put the PDF document, like drop it in Word, but I don't have Word. I have the free version of the Office. That didn't work, but that means when I'm transferring the comments, because I need to transfer them, I'm working in a Word document, but I need to have the PDF on the side, so I'm transferring from the PDF, putting the comments into my Word file. But I need to say that this actually helps me to go through one chapter at a time, transferring the comments and then working on that chapter and then doing it again and again and again. It actually helps me to like sink into the chapter and actually read through the chapter and read through all the comments before I start making any changes so that I know what's coming. And I think it's for the better. Or not for the better, it would have been nice to have everything in one document, but it's not as bad as I thought originally. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna see if I can read through chapter 2 and 3, and then I'm gonna transfer the comments on chapter 4 into chapter 4. But being back in this world again, it makes me so excited to write the second book. When I am done with this edit and I've sent it away, I may have like 2 months of free time of not editing anything, which means I will definitely start writing the second book in this series. And I was just looking through the Pinterest board like the other day, and it just made me so happy seeing all the photos that I have pinned to that board, and just knowing that I have the story. I know the story, I know the characters, I have it in here and on paper. I haven't written the book yet, but I have written like character sheets and the outline. And I have a whole video series up on my channel where I do outline the second book in the series. So if you want to watch that, I can link that in one of these corners and also in the description below. And I also have a whole series of writing this book that I'm editing right now that is going to be published. So if you have not watched that, go check in the description because I will link that as well. I needed to check this, but today it's May 10th. And I just think it would be fun to check where I was at in writing this book last year. Because if you don't know, I wrote this in 2021, so last year. I started writing it in March, because here's my bullet journal that I had last year. Yeah, here we have it. On Sunday, the 7th of March, I started drafting this book. On May 10th, I was 66,732 words into this draft. But it is mind-blowing to think that on May 10th last year, just a year ago, I was not even done with the first draft. I was 66,000 words into it. And if we fast forward to if we fast forward to the end of May, I was writing so freaking much. Holy crap. Wait a second. Okay, this is mind-blowing. On the 10th of May, I was 66,000 words in. On May the 28th, I was done with the draft. And that was at 92,000 words. When I'm watching the stats, I can see how it was possible because I wrote like 10,000 words in a week. But still, that is mind-blowing. And I don't think I have written this much. Oh well, actually, NaNoWriMo. That was freaking crazy. That was crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now and actually edit some, so I'll get something done today. I have actually edited like one chapter today, but I need to get more done. So, hello everyone. Welcome to a new update. It's May 16th and I am officially, I think, halfway through the book. I'm on chapter 17 and I'm halfway through. I haven't edited chapter 17 yet, so when I've done that, I am halfway through. I have edited like maybe 2 up to 3, between 1 and 3 chapters a day, but I feel good. The only thing is that I have maybe edited for a whole week, like every single day for a whole week. And that was a little bit too much. I need to point out that was too much. And what I found was that the comments, they are critical, of course, of my text. They are not mean or nasty, or, you know, they are constructive feedback for me to like make my story better. But what I found was that me looking at these comments every single day of things that just sucks in my manuscript, or not sucks, but like, you need to change this, you need to delete this comma, or you need to delete this and. Me reading that for like a whole week straight, every single day, that was a bit too much. So I found that yesterday, today's Monday, so yesterday was the 15th, Sunday, and the day before that, Saturday, like I did 2 chapters, but I really felt that it had become too much. And I really felt like every time I was reading all the comments and putting them into the document, I felt like the editor hates this book. Since all the feedback is on things that I need to change, I felt like she hates this book. And that's just the way that I read into it. Like, that's the way and the tone that I read the comments in, because you know, they are comments that is just questioning things that I have written, or saying that I need to delete this, or this doesn't make sense. And me being a sensitive person, I'm sensitive to that. I used to think that I was really good at taking critique and like constructive feedback. Turns out too much of it may not be, you know, a good plan. I know that the editor, I know that she doesn't mean like in a mean way, just like how I'm reading it to myself and how I'm taking the constructive feedback. So there's nothing on her, it's just me realizing, I guess, how I need to work in the future with this kind of feedback. So that was a bit hard, so I took a break yesterday, Sunday, and I watched the new Marvel film, Doctor Strange and the Madness of the Multiverse. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It was not as good as No Way Home, but it was still good. So that's the update that I have. As of now, I'm on track to finishing it before June 8th, because that's apparently my deadline now. So May 16, I will probably get a lot more done this week. I don't know if I am going to edit anything more today, because it's currently 16 o'clock in the afternoon. And I also have like 10% left of Mistborn Book 1 by Brandon Sanderson. It's called The Final Emperor, but I always tend to call it Mistborn Book 1. But I have like 10% left of that book, so I really want to finish it. Either I'm not gonna finish it today, but tomorrow or Wednesday or something, because I really want to reread House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, Crescent City, the first one, so that I can read the sequel. Thank you guys for listening and watching up until now. I will update you when I have something new to talk about, because right now there's a lot of the same. All the things I'm doing is the same. I'm waking up, I'm sitting down in front of the computer and I do some chapters, then I go to school, and then I come home and I'm really tired, so I don't really have the strength and energy to do more chapters. So I think what I'm gonna do now is not edit anymore today, but actually like read some in my book. So with that said, bye. Hello and welcome to the next update. And I'm drinking some water in my Seraph cup that I got. I'm sitting outside and it's our first real like hot day this spring or summer. I wouldn't call it hot, but it is 20 degrees. 20 degrees Celsius outside, and that is my favorite temperature when it comes to like summer, because I am not one of those who likes, the really hot summer with up to 30 degrees Celsius. But this is very nice, and the winds are still a bit cold, but anyway, I have been sitting outside and doing some editing. I wanted to update that I am on chapter 25. I have 10 chapters left with the epilogue, because I believe it's 34 chapters with the epilogue included. So I have 10 chapters left, and it's Wednesday today. It's Wednesday the 18th of May, and so I will be done probably by Friday. On Friday I will probably be done, because today I'm thinking of doing one chapter more. Chapter 25, on that now, I'm going to transfer the comments into the document, and chapter 25 is not that long, but it is a kind of romance heavy chapter. So I think like the romance heavy chapters, or the ones I can't speak, those kind of scenes, the editor didn't have that much a comment on those scenes, like big comments like this doesn't make sense and I need to change something like one chapter before or something like that. But I'm watching the word count go up actually in this round, which is kind of fun, I think, because in the beginning of the editing it was at 85,000 something, the lower 85,000, but now it's at 85,968. So I'm almost at 86,000. Yes, some things I had to delete, like completely delete, and most of those things are commas, but then there are certain things that I need to make more clear, or I need to fill out a description of something, add a few words here and there, and so that's why I have been gaining words in this edit. But I feel really great about being almost done with this edit. But here's the thing as well, I don't know if I should like read through this whole book before I send it to the publisher again. I don't feel like I need to, because I'm reading through the chapters as I go, but maybe that's a good thing. Then I will definitely be pushing the deadline a bit, because I read really slow. Even though it's my own book, I read really slow, so maybe not. But I just wanted to say that this editing experience, for the first time ever with editing of this book, I am feeling so freaking excited to start writing the sequel. I have had so many new ideas, and I want to like change up the whole beginning of my book, the sequel, because I had a new idea that just makes so much more sense to like kickstart the inciting incident and that whole thing, because the solution that I came up with during the series that I filmed of outlining, it doesn't really make sense, but this one does. I'm trying to keep it like in here but I actually think that I'm gonna write it down now on the computer. So yeah, I am so excited to be done with this editing, the first round, so that I can send it to my publisher and then I can start writing the sequel. Because my plan is, I'm telling this now, I don't know if the publisher will watch this video, probably not, but the plan is that I am going to finish writing the sequel, hopefully before the last, like when I send in the last round of edit, when I have done that. Does that make sense? Wait a minute. Like the last round of editing that I'm going to do with this book, when it comes to like editing with the editor or not the proofreader. So the last rounds of edits and like big revision things that I'm gonna do with the editor, when I have sent that in with that email, I'm also going to send in the pitch for the sequel and kind of a longer in-depth synopsis, because I believe that is what they want. Now, I didn't do that the first time. I just sent them a pitch and I like about the character, the conflict and the stakes, trying to hook them with just that. But I'm gonna do a more in-depth synopsis of the second book and the pitch and everything, and I'm gonna send that with the same email that I send the finished editing thing, so that I have some time to actually start writing the sequel, and I also have time to the synopsis and write that kind of pitch to them. And maybe, hopefully, I have finished the sequel by then, because I will write on that in between, like, editing of God's Wrath and Ruin. Yeah, in June, I will be working on the sequel, and I will be vlogging it for you. And I haven't decided yet if I should put the pitch for the third book, because I kind of know the premise of the third book already. I know what character is going to be, I know what her, like, character development, what that is going to be, and I know the place and kind of how the book is going to end. Like, I know how the whole series is going to end. So maybe I will send that in that email as well, but we'll just have to wait and see. The sequel is definitely a thing. I will do that. There will probably, I don't know this, but there will probably be a 2 to 3 month break when I have sent them in June, because I know they are doing a lot of other stuff and things that are going to be published in like fall and winter, and they will need to focus on that probably. So I don't know how long of a break, but that just means that I get to focus on writing the sequel this summer, and I'm really excited. Enough talking. I will transfer the comments into the document, and then I will do editing on that, and I will also go into my Scrivener document for the sequel of God's Wrath and Ruin, and I will put in my idea for the first big thing that happens. I have 2 comments left. 2 comments left in the document. It's Friday the 20th of May, 11:18. I don't know what has gotten into me, but it only took 1 hour to do 4 chapters. There were not a lot of things that I needed to change, and all the things that I did need to change were very easy changes. I only have 2 comments left, and then I'm done with the edits. Okay, let's do this. I'm done. I'm gonna write a comment, a sneaky little comment, mentioning book 2, just, you know, what my intentions were with this epilogue, because it follows a different character than we have followed in the whole book, and so I just wanted to like make a little comment about that, and just saying that this will be the jumping off point for the next book that will be following this character. I'm really excited to get started on the next book, just reading this, something like that. So I'm gonna write that. Okay, I'm done. I need to chill, because I need to read through all the changes that I have made, and that is quite a few chapters, actually quite a lot of chapters. But I think that I will send this to the publisher today. And here's the thing, I'm deciding not to read through the whole manuscript for this specific read or edit. I know a lot of people does that, you know, they edit and then they read through it and then they send it back to the publisher. But because we are going to do like 2 more edits on this book, I don't feel like I need to, you know, read through the whole manuscript because there was not that many big changes. And since I have done it in like a 2 weeks time, I have everything fresh in my mind. So I know, like, when I did change something later in the document, I did go back and change or check on one of the comments in, you know, the earlier chapters to see that everything connected. The editor will, in the next rounds of edits, she will like go through the whole document and she will look on the changes that I have made. So if I have not spotted a mistake, she will probably do so. So I will not read through the whole thing. Overall structure is still the same. There's just a few things that I've changed in the document. So like when it comes to actual world building and story wise, there's just a few things that I have changed, and most things I have just added to. Thank you for coming along so far on this journey, and I'm gonna do what I said that I was gonna do. Stop procrastinating. Hello everyone, welcome to the end of the writing vlog and editing vlog of the first rounds of edits for Gods of Rot and Ruin, which is going to be my debut book, the second book I ever wrote, and this was the first round, like I said, with the publisher. And like I've talked about during the whole editing, it has been going well, really well, and I have nothing to like complain about, really. Like everything that I have thought about have I talked about during the clips up until now. So I managed to edit in little under a month, a little bit over 2 weeks maybe. So the only thing that I want to add to this is that the word count actually went up during this edit, and I don't know how long the book was before I edited, but I think it was at 85,000 something. So now it's at 86,280, which means that I have gained more words than I have taken away. Around 1,000 maybe, I don't really know. And why I'm happy about this is because when I edited last October, I have a vlog up on my channel, is where I edit like a mad woman on a deadline, which I have set myself up on, but anyway. Edited like a mad woman, like I said. And then I ended up taking away maybe around 15,000 words. Maybe 15,000, maybe 10,000, I don't really know. Because when the first draft was done, it was at 92,000 words. And then I think I ended up like writing up to 8,000 words more into the manuscript. But then I ended up taking away most of that and cutting it like 15,000 words, which is nuts. It is at 86,280, and I'm very happy about that because I feel like the book maybe needs to get at that 90k mark again, because there can be a lot of stuff missing from the manuscript when it comes to like big logical plot holes in terms of the world building and the power structure between like humans and gods and the other races in the world, and you know, the magic system. There's a lot of plot holes that I, you know, have to fill and maybe like expand some things in the world. So that will probably become a thing in the later editing things. Like, I'm very happy with how it is right now, but I feel like that's something that the editor or the publisher will like work with me on and maybe have to comment something on. I don't know. But this round went well and I'm very happy about it. Now, the plans for Gods of Rot and Ruin is for it to rest. The manuscript is going to rest, and I am going to rest when it comes to editing it. I will not look upon it. I will not try touching it and like edit some things out, because I don't want to make my book worse again. And I know I've talked and said these specific words that I made my book worse. I have said those specific words a lot of times on my channel already in many different videos when it comes to Gods of Rot and Ruin, but I haven't really spoken about what actually happened that well into detail. So I can just quickly talk about it if I haven't said this already in this vlog. Otherwise, you can just skip this already. So when I had gotten the deal for Gods of the Ruin, we agreed that the book would need at least 3 rounds of edits with the publisher. And I said that, well, I have time now during like December, January, or December actually, to edit myself around and try to make the book even better, like before the first rounds of edits with the publishers. So I did that, worked my ass off during like a whole month during Christmas time and Christmas break and everything. And what I ended up doing was like destroying my book, picking it to pieces, making the sentences even more choppy with more dots and like less commas, but the sentence structure was not good and I made the sentence structure worse essentially. Yeah, that's what that is about, how I made my book worse. I have a vlog up where I do this to my book, where I actually film the editing when I made my book worse, and I can link that in one of these corners and also in the description below. And I have some clips about when I got the news from the editor that I had made my book worse and that I should just send the previous manuscript, like before I had edited it again in December. And I have some clips on it when I cried and felt really bad because I was scared that I had like destroyed my whole publishing deal. But I don't think that's the case anymore, so I won't be showing the clips anymore because I'm not really comfortable with that. I had every intention to put those clips in here, but I don't think I will do that. Anyway, the plans are for the manuscript to rest until probably August, September, because I talked with the publisher and with her schedule, she's working on a lot of other stuff for the publishing of 2022 and then 2023, because my book is being published during like September next year. So that means that she will be working on like the books that are coming before that. So I'm not first priority, and I'm very fine with that, because this means that I will begin working on the sequel for God's Sword and Ruin. Some of you might think that that is a bad idea, that I should just not work on this story or this series or anything with these characters or world and just move on from it and do something else. But I disagree with you, because I really want to tell this story now and I'm very excited about it, and it's following two different characters that we haven't followed in book one, so it will be very different and something entirely new and entirely different, so I'm very happy about it. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like and a comment below and subscribe, because I post a new video every week, every Thursday, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!